The absence of the exact words primary care physical therapy does not mean that the physical therapist is prohibited from performing the examination, screening, referral, and clinical decision-making functions that are already part of responsible physical therapy practice. We must be very careful not to impose restrictions upon ourselves that the law has not imposed. During our recent discussion about the primary care physical therapy residency, this misunderstanding emerged as one of the major reasons prospective participants were confused. Let me be very clear on this. Primary care physical therapy is not only for underserved areas. A physical therapist in Manhattan, a physical therapist in Los Angeles, a physical therapist in Paducah, Kentucky, for that matter, can be a primary care physical therapist. A physical therapist who works in a hospital, a physical therapist who works in a private practice, a physical therapist who works for the military. Any type of physical therapist can be a primary care physical therapist. So, primary care physical therapy can unquestionably provide enormous benefits to any type of community, especially, of course, in areas where patients may have limited access to physicians. Of course, there is an added benefit to have a physical therapist there who is trained in primary care physical therapy and who is board certified in primary care physical therapy. But primary care physical therapy is not only for those underserved areas. It is just as relevant in a major metropolitan area. Patients in large cities also experience delays in care. They experience fragmented services. They are often sent from one provider to another without a clear clinical pathway. They may receive unnecessary imaging, unnecessary specialist visits, or treatment that does not address the actual source of their condition. But primary care physical therapists can help the patients navigate that process more efficiently. The therapist can determine whether physical therapy is appropriate. The therapist can identify when further investigation is necessary. The therapist can help initiate the correct referral. And when the patient is appropriate for physical therapy, well, patient treatment can begin without unnecessary delay. Primary care PT is not defined by the number of doctors within a particular zip code. It is defined by the clinical preparedness of the physical therapist. Primary care physical therapy is not limited to a specific type of practice. It's not limited to private practice. It's not limited to hospitals, to academic institutions, or to outpatient orthopedists. A physical therapist may practice in home health, rehabilitation, sports medicine, pediatrics, geriatrics, occupational medicine, any type of physical therapy specialty. And that therapist can be a primary care physical therapist. The setting may change, but the fundamental questions remain the same. Can you examine the patient comprehensively? Can you recognize when the presentation is not consistent with a routine physical therapy condition? Can you identify when additional medical evaluation is necessary? Can you communicate your findings effectively? Can you make an appropriate referral? Can you help the patient move through the healthcare system safely and effectively and efficiently, of course? Those abilities are valuable in every physical therapy setting. That is why primary care physical therapy should not be presented as an opportunity for a limited number of therapists. It is a professional development opportunity for the entire physical therapy profession. and why advanced education is necessary? Well, let's put it this way: physical therapists receive extensive professional education, especially with the evolution of DPT.